Good day. Welcome to this edition of Penguin's Interesting News. Decapitated body is actually a Halloween decoration, so say the Tennessee police. No, that's not a decapitated person, it's just a very early Halloween decoration. Tennessee Police Department urged residents not to call 911 on Wednesday after several people called to report a man was being crushed by a garage door, only to find a puppet stuffed with straw. Greene County Sheriff's Department wrote on their Facebook page, "Attention everyone, for those of you driving on Chucky Pike in Greene County, this is a Halloween decoration. Do not call 911 reporting a dead body. Instead, congratulate the homeowner on a great display." The department later said someone called saying there was a suspicious person lying in a driveway with bloody handprints on the garage. Officers rushed to the scene with sirens ablazing, only to find it was a fake. The homeowner behind the cryptic decoration was never revealed, but the department's post gathered more than 1,200 reactions and 4,000 shares as of Thursday afternoon. "Literally, congratulations to these people making something look so real," commented one user. "Despite it all, it's a good decoration for Halloween. Can you imagine how many break-ins it could prevent?" However, some residents weren't so amused with the decoration, saying it went too far as it was a bad picture to paint for children. Matilda the Alien Cat just wants to cuddle. Many of us have considered the possibility that cats might be alien beings, but one Canadian feline seems to be confirming these suspicions. Matilda, a 2-year-old cat who was rescued from a hoarding situation as a kitten, has enormous glassy eyes that give her an otherworldly appearance. But Matilda, nicknamed the Alien Cat, didn't always look this way. When Megan, who requested that her last name not be used to protect her privacy, and her fiancé adopted Matilda in 2013, she looked like any other adorable kitten. Just after Matilda's first birthday, she said, Matilda began to experience an eye issue where one pupil would dilate nearly to the size of the entire eye, then returning to normal. Matilda was diagnosed with spontaneous lens luxation, meaning that the lens in her eye had detached. Her left eye soon became affected as well. As it turned out, Matilda's siblings suffered from the same condition, Megan said. However, while her eyes stayed the same size, Matilda's began to get bigger and bigger, which Megan says puzzled multiple veterinarians. "We're still unsure as to why this made her eyes glow," Megan said, adding that her vet believes it has something to do with their collagen structure. She said Matilda also suffered from secondary glaucoma while her eyes were still growing, but now it's cleared. Despite the fact that Matilda is nearly blind, she can see light and some motion, Megan said, and she has a sunny attitude. Her other senses must make up for her lack of sight, because you wouldn't really be able to tell that she's blind by watching her. The young cat loves to explore, play, snuggle with humans, and her dog brother, according to her owner. She loves to cuddle and sit right on top of anyone who will let her. Megan stressed that Matilda is not suffering. The pressure levels in her eyes are completely normal, which means that there is no pain. Matilda's vet, who also wished to remain anonymous, said that people incorrectly believe that Matilda's condition is painful. Many people see her photo and assume she's in pain and needs to be taken from her owners. She is not and does not feel any pain. The vet also confirmed that the photos and videos of Matilda on Instagram, where she has over 46,000 followers, have not been altered to make her eyes appear larger. Dr. Louise Murray, Vice President of the ASPCA Animal Hospital, looked at the pictures of Matilda and told the Huffington Post that Megan's description of the cat's medical condition is very plausible and consistent with the photos. California grandpa throws man off the roof to an hours-long police standoff. Willard Burgess, age 83, was at his La Puente house when the suspect police were chasing stood on his roof, refusing their orders to come down for hours. The suspect was jumping on several rooftops in the neighborhood. Burgess, fed up with the ordeal, eventually grabbed his neighbor's ladder and told the officers he was climbing up on the roof. He told them that sucker's coming off. The grandfather then shoved the man off his roof, ending the hours-long standoff. It's unclear whether the unidentified man, who police say was either mentally ill or on drugs, was seriously injured. Police say he was taken to the hospital for a mental health evaluation. Burgess said, "You come to my house, you don't have to worry about him because it'll all be over. I'm going to load up." Burgess's granddaughter, Ashley Wren, recorded cell phone video of the moment Burgess tossed the man off the roof. "My neighbor, Albert, got a ladder. My grandfather climbed the ladder quick. He pushed the guy to a corner of the roof and then threw him off. The man was handcuffed after he fell. It was a crazy morning," she said. "I tell everybody, just because you're old doesn't mean you're going to sit down. As long as you're able to move, move," Burgess told the news. A drunk driver arrested for being the first person to survive a swim across the Hoover Dam reservoir. Adrenaline junkie Aaron Hughes became the first person to swim across the Hoover Dam, a stunt that has claimed 275 lives in the last decade. Aaron Hughes, 28, of Ruth and Wells, is one lucky man. The forklift driver reportedly has become the first person in the history to survive swimming across the Hoover Dam reservoir in the Black Canyon of the Colorado River on the border between Nevada and Arizona, and he did it during a beer-fueled bachelor party. He said cops arrested him and then handed him a fine. In the last decade, some 275 people have died at the 725-foot high concrete arch gravity dam, which provides water and electricity for Las Vegas. He escaped getting dragged underneath only because 9 of the 10 hydroelectric turbines were not in operation the day of his stunt on August the 10th. "When I got to the Hoover Dam, I just thought, you only live once, no regrets." He said he and his friends were having a stag do or bachelor party. It was a brilliant holiday, first person to ever make it, and probably the last. Vegas, baby. He called himself a good all-rounder at most sports, including soccer and squash, but admitted he hadn't done much swimming. "But I thought about 6 or 7, though I do crazy cliff jumps around here." His life in Wells propelled him for the feat, which took a half an hour. For him, he said the experience was the Wells version of the movie The Hangover. "We sat in the back of a truck driving from Vegas to the dam. When I got there, I just thought, let's do it. Why not? I think I can make this." So I told the lads I was off. I got sucked in, pushed by the flow of the dam, so I had to swim hard to make it to the other side. It was tough. Then the police were waiting for me at the other end and arrested me, gave me a fine, and said they were shocked that I'd made it. Ticket for the fine, the police charged him with jumping, diving, swimming from the dam spillways or other structures. Reflecting on the achievement, he said, "It was amazing to swim it. Looking at the dam was unreal, and I have no fear. I never have in my life." He credits his Welsh upbringing with his fearlessness that makes him feel so alive. "Adrenaline junkie I am," he noted. "I love the fast life." Hughes noted that he doesn't have an Instagram in this digital age because instead of documenting his wildlife for social media, he would rather live a life thrilling and exciting for himself. "Life is for living life. It's too short, so you make the most of it whilst you can. I see it as you're only here for a maximum of 100 years. Live life to the full. Bollocks to all the pouring bastards. I'll take this to the grave. I have no regrets." And now some sad news. A tiger was shot dead after running loose on the Georgia highway. Wednesday morning, after several residents reported the animal running loose on the Georgia highway and attacking a neighborhood dog, police was forced to shoot the tiger. Several people, including a police officer, reported seeing the massive tiger on Interstate 75 in Henry County. Police urged residents to stay inside as they attempted to corral the animal safely. An employee at a nearby Hardee's told Fox 5 she received a call saying, "Hey, just wanted to let you know there's a tiger on the loose. Don't try to come outside because I've seen the tiger." About 10 minutes later, police came out of everywhere, about 10 of them to pull up into the parking lot. Officers were forced to fire at the tiger after it jumped over a fence and attacked a dog in the backyard. Due to the occupants of the home, officers made a decision to shoot the tiger. At least a dozen gunshots were heard being fired at just after 6 a.m., killing the tiger. Police say the threat had been eliminated. Brittany Speck said her dog is okay after being attacked by the tiger Wednesday morning. The dog, Journey, survived the attack. She said the owner told the Animal Journal-Constitution that it was like a full-grown zoo tiger. And the officers, I guess, just started firing rounds, and it took it down and then gave me back my dog. Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary, a nonprofit organization that houses exotic animals, confirmed on Facebook the police had contacted them to help bring the tiger to its shelter. We responded immediately and were on the way to the scene in hopes of chemically immobilizing the tiger and bringing it to Noah's Ark. Unfortunately, human life became at risk and the tiger was shot by the authorities. And lastly today, the Chick-fil-a at the Atlanta Falcons' new stadium will be closed on Sundays. Chick-fil-a kept its long-standing company policy and announced it will not open its restaurants on Sundays in the new Atlanta Falcons stadium. Atlanta Falcon fans who are ready to see the game at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium will have to choose a different restaurant to eat after Chick-fil-a announced that the store inside the arena will be closed every Sunday. Our founder, Truett Cathy, made the decision to close on Sundays in 1946 when he opened his first restaurant in Hapeville, Georgia. Having worked 7 days a week in restaurants open 24 hours, Truett saw the importance of closing on Sundays so that he and his employees could set aside one day to rest and worship if they so choose, a practice we uphold today. The sad news for the Falcons fan is there will only be one game on Thursday night this year, and the rest will be played on Sundays. Fans of Atlanta United, a soccer team that also play at the stadium, can rejoice because the restaurant will be open for games that are played there as long as they're not on a Sunday. Zaxby's signed the deal to become the official chicken of the Falcons, according to ESPN. However, the restaurant's products are not being served at the stadium at this moment. That's all we have for today. I hope you guys join us next time. Good night, everybody.